This is Glower. Welcome to my tutorial for Gauntlet Legends. As you can see, I have input display for this tutorial, so you can see exactly what I'm inputting at all times. You can see me press the Z button, the R button, start, A, B, and then the C buttons. The D-pad is also used for this game, but I won't be using it for this tutorial since it's very minor. It only applies for small things. So one of the most efficient ways to practice this game is to have a file that has almost no HP and time stop. From this point, I like to go immediately to 1-3. We're realm 1, level 3. Because what you can do is just eat some poison that's lying there on the ground. So this is a very fast way to set up your practice. So yeah, from this point, no enemies will spawn, and you're free to practice in any level that you want. Okay, so next up is a time stop glitch. We're going to turn both the speed and the time stop items on right when we touch the ground, and then run into the poison. You have to be at 50 HP or less for this to work. And the reason we also turn on the speed is because, as you can see, I never lost any seconds. If you use an item in a level and then you die, the seconds that you wasted are retained upon death. So right here I have 54, and if I die, I'll have the amount that I had before I entered the level. So yeah, you want to turn on the speed so that you run to the poison as fast as you can. And then from this point, you just re-enter the level and then do it as you normally would. And now our goal is to touch the chest at the end of the level at 48 seconds. That will give us a Thunder Hammer. If you get 47, that means you'll get a death, and that means you're too early. If you get 49, you'll get a potion, and that means you're too late. I recommend using your turbo to get around this generator here, and then turn off this reflective shot, turn on your fire amulet, and shoot 4 times to destroy the generator. Turbo around these generators so that you don't punch them. Get the runestone, go around this generator with a rapid fire, and then you're going to touch the chest at 47 or 48 seconds, sorry. Just like that. That'll give you the Thunder Hammer, and then there you go. Okay, so next up we have the dragon. Basically what I'm going to show off is the position to stand so that he never attacks you. So I recommend hiding behind this pillar for the first shot, and then the second for the second, and then shoot him 1 time so he does his animation, and then run right here in this corner so that you can see the archer or whatever character you're using. It's a pretty wide location where you can stand so that he never notices you. This is easily the easiest boss. He's just never going to notice you if you're just anywhere within this region. The only way he notices you is if you're too far to the left. There he is, okay. And also if you stand here, he just misses you entirely with the fire breath. So yeah, you just want to stand like right here. Okay, so to recap, you're going to hide behind this pillar for the first shot, and then for the second shot on this pillar, shoot 1 time so he does his animation, and then stand right here. And he's dead, just dead. There's nothing he can do to win this from this point. So yeah, that's the dragon. So next up is 2-2. This is easily one of the hardest levels, so if you can't get these clips, you should just move on. These are so much harder than some of the other clips. Okay, so for the Runestone Clip, you're going to just throw yourself into the corner, and then you're going to hold an angle that's like this, and then turn your speed on and off, like that. And then from here, you're going to inch yourself in until you touch the runestone. And once you have it, you just hold down to get out. Now, you should be careful about getting stuck in the cage. That can happen. If you get stuck in the cage, there is no way out. It's just a box, and there's nothing you can do to escape other than to abort the level. So yeah, that is the clip in the level that you do want to focus on more. The other clip later on in the level is much, much harder, and it barely saves time. So if you're going to focus on anything, definitely focus on this clip first. It saves more time and it's easier. And there it is. Okay, so now that we've reached the end of the dungeon, basically what you're going to do from this point here is you're going to touch the obelisk, and then you're going to run up here. This is the second hardest clip of the entire game, I think. I would like to think. It's very difficult and it saves almost no time. So if you're new to this game, I do not recommend going for this. So here we go. You're going to budge yourself into the corner, just holding left, and then you're going to slowly move up. And then you're going to shoot your arrows. This pushes you into the wall slightly for a split second. As soon as you see the camera move down like a pixel, that's when you're going to pause the game and do that. Okay, so if you do not go for this clip, you're going to first go to the top here. Go to the top of the stairs. And then you're going to hit this switch over here. And I think while this is spawning, you should hit the obelisk and then just shield boost your way through this. And do that. And then from there you just go to the top and then this door is open and then you can just finish the level. Okay, so some game knowledge that you should know is that this wall here has no collision, so you can just walk right through it very easily. This leads a path to this chest early, if you want to do that. Instead of going from the switch to this chest, you could take the route where you hit the switch and then go through here, open that chest, and then open that chest. So yeah, that is an option that you have. This clip is very easy. It's the easiest clip in the game. You literally just walk into the wall. Oh, I should point out that this clip exists, but it's difficult. You can go right through here and go directly to this switch. I think it is a little bit too difficult to do in RTA. It is a little finicky, but this does exist, and you should know that it does exist. It's just so tricky to get it quickly, and I don't even think it saves very much time. But yes, you should know it exists. Okay, so for this clip here, you're going to touch the switch and then hold the Z button. And then you're going to turn on the speed and then press down at the same time. Like that. So I recommend, you can't really, so for this you can't really rush it. You have to wait for this platform to spawn completely. If you go too fast, it's not going to work. Just like that. Nice and easy. Okay, so for the Chimera, we used to get the sword from 1.5, but we don't anymore. And that's fine. As you can see, he's not even trying to hit me. And if you had all your items on right now, you would have already killed him. So I actually do recommend just looking at one of my runs where I just position myself right next to this pillar or this block thing. Basically just go to the left of it and just start shooting. But yeah, if I had all my items on, like rapid fire, player growth, he would have already been dead by now. Okay, so to start this clip off, I recommend going down left, and then holding down, and then holding down right. And then from this point, you just slowly rotate the stick. You can use extra speed also to make this a little bit faster, but I don't recommend it. But yeah, you just like slide right through if you slowly rotate the stick from down right to right. This is one of the biggest skips in the game, so I do recommend learning this one as early as you can. Okay, so for this death clip here, you're going to hold up, and then you're going to just slowly rotate to a little bit left of up while using turbo and your speed. And this will get you inside of the death without using a potion. Nice and easy. But yeah, it's very free. You just, like I said, hold up, use your turbo and your extra speed, and then slowly rotate to between up left and up. So yeah. We're going to start off with the chest that's on a timer. You're going to touch it at 32 seconds exactly, and that will give you an electric shield, which is used for speed boosting. Now my archer is a little bit over leveled, so she's running a bit faster than she should be at this time. But yeah, you should make little mistakes when trying for this. Remember, exactly at 32 seconds is when you want to touch it. And there's your electric shield. Okay, so most runners do go for this, and most runners go for this, and it's faster than the other method. So to do it, you just tap down until you're here, and then from here, you're going to hold a little bit a little bit right of up, and then you just go into the wall. So you're going to tap down until you're in the wall, and then just like pretty much hold upright, and you go into this. It's very easy. And then from this point, you're going to push yourself against this wall, and then just hold an angle that's like a little bit above down right, and then you're going to use your speed, and then you just clip in. So make sure you're against the wall, a little bit above down right, use your speed, and then you're in. Push against the wall, a little bit above down right, and you're in. Yeah, it's nice and easy. Okay, and if you don't go for the clip that's over here, then you can go for the clip over here. This one might be slightly easier, but it is slower. Maybe that was a little too fast, hang on. You're just gonna push yourself against this wall, and then just... The angle is actually the same for both clips. It's slightly above down right for both clips. So you're gonna approach over here, and then you're going to hold down right, and then hold slightly above down right, and then you clip in. And that's this clip here. This is a little slower than the other clip. Okay, so for Plague, usually we just run up and start shooting him. But you can also go right, nice and close to him. But if you stand in the correct position, he can sometimes completely miss both of his attacks. Nope. That's not what you want to see. This is an example of bad RNG. So hopefully we can get a different result this time. And there it is. If you position yourself right here, you can avoid all damage. You would be dead by now if you were in a run. I just didn't have all my items on. It's the same as the clip that's in 2-3. You just press the switch, hold Z, and then down and R on the same frame to just cross the gap. It's nice and easy, just like the other clip. Just make sure that you have enough turbo to do this. Don't waste it beforehand. Okay, so for the frozen camp, instead of doing this basement section here, you can just clip into this box. It's nice and easy. You just hold slightly left of up left and use your speed. And you just go right through, and then you can continue on from this point. So again, you can just go into the wall, hold slightly left of up left and use your speed, and you clip right in. Nice and easy. Okay, so this is a little bit trickier than most of the clips in the game. So you're going to hold left and then go down. I recommend going left, and then down. And then you're going to angle it a little bit just like that, and then you clip right through. Angle it to the right just a little bit from down, and use your speed on and off. You don't want to leave your speed on because you're just going to be running into a wall, and that won't help you clip. So just turn your speed on and off for the first part of this clip, and then for the second part you can just hold like slightly above left and turn your speed on and off, and that'll clip you right in here. So to recap, you're going to hold left, hold down, turn your speed on and off while doing that slightly right of down input, and then for the second part of the clip you're going to hold left and then go slightly above left to clip right in. Nice and easy. Okay, so for Crystal Mine there is a clip that skips this door over here. It saves a lot of time, so I do recommend going for this. But the only problem is that you can soft lock in this. Well, I mean you can't soft lock, but you can get stuck in the door, and then in that case you have to abort the level. So the first thing I recommend doing is pushing against the wall and using your speed, just like that, and that'll clip you in. You just want to go up left and then hold up, and then if it doesn't clip in, then you want to like wiggle it to the left a little bit, like this. You also need speed from a turbo or a shield to clip into this first part. So just like that, from this position, you're going to hold down right until you do that. From this position, you're going to go left, up left, and then from here you're going to go down. Just like that, and then down right with a speed boost from turbo or a shield, and that pushes you right through. So crash into the wall. If it doesn't work, wiggle. Down right with speed, left, up left, and then down right, or down left, sorry. And you also need that speed boost from a shield or turbo at the ending. Okay, so for this little gap here, ordinarily you cannot cross it, but if you do your speed and your turbo, you can. So that saves a little bit of time, because you can go in a more straight line. If you don't, you have to go a little bit around, but if you just use your speed and your turbo, you can just cross the gap and go in a more straight line. That saves a little bit of time. Okay, so for this ice clip, you don't really have to go for it, but it does save time. If you don't go for it, the switch is right here. It's not a big deal if you don't go for it. It only saves like maybe 2 or 3 seconds. But yeah, to do this, you're basically just gonna ram into the wall and then just hold like slightly right of up, and you just clip right in like this. So again, just ram into the wall slightly right of up, and then you're in. It's very easy. For some reason it's harder to do it on this side, so I recommend going around. It's not impossible to do it on this side, but as you can already tell, it's much more precise. Okay, so for this clip you're going to just hold down right, and then you pretty much want an angle that's like closer to down than down right. Just like... Sometimes this happens where you just can't clip at all. If that happens, just run away and try again. Like right now. Okay, so for this 2-player gap, it's just like the same as the other two. Hold Z and then press R and left at the same time. It's not quite left. It's a little bit... Well, it depends on your camera angle, but if you're just coming down here and go right here, it should be a little bit down of left, but a left also works. So it helps a little bit, I think, to aim a little bit down of left. But yeah, nice and easy. So for this next clip right here, you're basically just going to jump across this little gap here. It skips going all the way around this slow waterfall part. So yeah, to do this, you're pretty much just going to use your speed and your turbo at the same time and cross it. And you can practice this a bunch too by going back and forth just like this. So it's really handy for practice. Okay, so for Yeti, you're pretty much going to aim for this round dot right here. And then you're going to start shooting him. When he does his breath, you're going to run over here into this corner, and then from this position, he will never notice you. And from here, you just kill him, and that's it. So yeah, just take an angle like this, and then wait for him to shoot his, or wait for him to do his breath. Right now. Sometimes you can avoid that punch, but sometimes you can't. And yeah, basically, you just want to go up here into this top right corner, and he will never notice you. And I would not recommend moving from this position, because even if you're a little bit down, I believe he can, yeah. So just stay in this corner, he won't notice you. You can see his animation going over and over. Yeah, don't go any further down than you already are from this position, or he's going to notice you. Okay, so for the Desecrated Temple skip, this skips a lot of this level, and it also skips a lot of the items that are in it. So you should probably go for this just because it saves an absurd amount of time. Probably over a minute it saves. So you're basically going to almost go parallel with this wall right here, and then you're going to turbo and speed. If it doesn't work, you just wiggle and it eventually works. Also use your shields if you're out of turbo. And getting down is nice and easy. You can just walk right off the ledge. Like that. And then from this point you just finish the level. You go over to here. And then from here you just go to the end of the level. Nice and easy. Okay, so for Skorne, I recommend going to the left side because the Phoenix will hit him more. Probably push all the way up against this pillar. All the way to the left against this pillar, so that his light attack does not hit you, and also block his attacks with your shield. See, he just attempted to grab me, but he missed because I'm far away. Okay, so there's actually two camera positions that you can use for this trick. Personally, I like to go a little bit around so that the camera wraps around like this. But you can also have the camera in this position. But yeah, if you just want to change the camera, you can just go to the right over here. And if you want to change it back, you can just like go over here. So two camera positions. I prefer the one where it's like this. The angle is like very close to upright. Okay, so to do this clip, usually I like to go a little bit around so that the camera wraps around. And then I crash into the wall, hold upright. And then I shoot when I touch the fence. And what that does is push you into the fence. And now I'm in. This is the easy part of the clip. The next part of the clip is the hardest part of the entire game. So I'm warning you, this is easily the hardest part of the game. Do not go for this unless you really, really think you can get it. So this clip is sort of weird. You kind of have to be sliding into the wall. You can't start from this position, for example. Like, you can't start right next to the wall and try an angle. You have to slide into the wall like this, and then from that you have to shoot. And then, did you see me slide into the wall? Well, if I stopped my motion and held up, I would have clipped into the fence. So step 1, slide into the fence like this. Step 2, shoot. Step 3 is pause the game just like that, so that you can let go of downright and then just hold up. And then from there you're in the wall, or you're in the fence. Let's recap. You're going to wait for the camera to rotate, and then you're going to hold down right, and then change angles like that so that you're sliding into the fence. After you stop moving, you're going to shoot. I recommend pausing the game so that you can See, that time I was 1 frame late or something around there. I'm not going to clip in because I was pushed out. The problem with this clip is that if you don't react fast enough by pausing, you get pushed out by the fence, and that's why this is very, very difficult. Not only is the angle probably angle perfect and nearly position perfect, you also have to pause like frame perfectly almost to clip in. There might be a 2 frame window for this, but I can't tell. I would guess that it is a 2 frame window. This is the second part of Trenchless that's really difficult. This is the hardest clip of the game easily. So what I like to do is I hold left into this wall and then tap down. From that position, I hold down right until I'm sliding just barely into the fence. This angle is like very, very precise. From here, now that we've slid into the fence, we're going to shoot with our projectile. And then pause like a moment after. See, look at that. I'm in the fence right now. From this position, I just hold up and I'm in. And there's Trenchless. Okay, so for Trenchless, I can't recommend it until you can get it consistently. It saves maybe 30 seconds, but I need to do a more precise timing on it. But yeah, this is faster for sure for any percent. But the problem is it's very, very difficult to get it quickly in a run. I recommend just ramming into this with your lightning shield like that. And then from here you can just like pretty much hold pretty close to up left. You can hold pretty much close to up left and then you just clip in. It also helps to turn your speed on and off during this. And then if your camera's messed up like this, you can just the angle's like slightly left of down left, and you can just like turn your speed on and off to clip right in. So this is similar to the Desecrated temple skip. You pretty much just use your speed and your turbo at the same time to clip in. I usually just like sort of just wiggle the joystick to make it through. It is much harder to get into than to get out for some reason. I don't know why. Alright, so for this skip right here, you're going to just hug the left side, and then you're in. And that skips having to go a little bit around. There's a little wall here that you can just clip into when you're on the elevator. Here's another little tricky clip. I would recommend going to the right side, because if you go to the left, sometimes the camera just messes up. It depends on how fast you're going, I believe. But yeah, I don't recommend going to the left, because look at the camera right now. It's just, you don't want this camera. So I recommend, upon coming down the staircase here, go to the right side here, so if the camera goes like that. And then from this position, you're just going to turn your speed on and off. Well, that time I got lucky, but okay, so you're going to turn your speed on and off, so that you just clip right in. The angle is like right next to upright. Slightly to the left of it, or slightly to the right of it, sorry. Yeah, it also helps to use both the turbo and the speed at the same time for this clip. Flipped right in. You're going to hold an angle that's like right below straight right, and then it's going to push you over here. From here you can just hold down left and then use your speed and turbo, and you clip right through. Okay, so for the second clip here with the elevator, I recommend you listen to what I'm about to say. It only applies to this clip. If you hold walking speed up, you will not clip above like I just did, because you won't have enough speed to do it. So let's recap. Walking speed up will not clip you to the top level. So you can hold walking speed up this entire time and clip into the wall. So let's go over that again. Walking speed up will not clip you to the top. So you can do this for free. So once you're in this wall here, you're going to just... There's a little wall here that you're gonna go around by just tapping right and then going up like that. And then from here you can just walk yourself over to underground section over here. There's a switch that you can hit while underground, like this. And that skips using this teleporter over here and going through. Okay, so for this elevator clip right here, you can't actually do what I did in the previous clip. You have to inch yourself sort of like this until you're into the wall. So when it goes to the top, just inch yourself and then you're in the wall. And then from here you just go straight through, and that's the clip. So first hit the switch, and then with turbo and extra speed at the same time, cross this gap. Okay, so for this last clip, it's nice and easy. You're just gonna hold up and then switch to up left, and you clip right in. And then hit the switch. And then for the ending here, you can sort of squeeze yourself in a little bit to get in early. Okay, so for Skorne 2, you're going to go all the way up against the left wall here. You have to go all the way to the left so that you avoid the light attack. And yeah, from this position you should be fine. You'd have all your items on and then you would just kill him.